Hey folks, and welcome to the Daily Ratings Weekly Movie News Podcast. This week's news brought to you by Teasing with Teasers. Yes, kind of a slow news week, which is expected just because of the holiday week here, but we certainly got a lot of announcements and or kind of trailers and teasers our way for upcoming films. So let's start with Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, a film coming off the success of the show Peaky Blinders on Netflix. It looks like the film will take place years after the conclusion of the show and still following Cillian Murphy's Tommy Shelby character. And very surprisingly, Netflix will be giving the movie a few-week theater run, which is quite rare and good to see, I have to say. So Peaky Blinders film is set for Netflix on March 20th, with the theatrical run starting March 6th. So I'm very interested to see who this film is for, meaning is it just for those who got through all 6 seasons of the show, or will anyone be able to go to the movies and get what's going on? So we'll see about that. So other actors in the movie will be Stephen Graham, Barry Keoghan, and the wonderful Rebecca Ferguson, which is awesome. The director is Tom Harper, who directed a few episodes for the show, and the writer is the show's creator, Stephen Wright, who we talked about previously in the news, as he is tapped to write the script for the next Bond film. So a little excited for this Peaky Blinders film. The show is critically acclaimed, of course, and I'm liking that in early March, we might actually already be getting some great films. Another film we have the teaser for was David O. Russell's Madden film. The movie will follow John Madden, being played by Nicolas Cage, by the way, and as he steps away from coaching and into the announcer's booth. It also covers the beginning of the Madden NFL video games and his relationship with Al Davis, who is being played by Christian Bale. So Bale seems to work really well with O. Russell, who is very often considered kind of a difficult director at times, or even a fly-off-the-handle director. David O. Russell's last film was Amsterdam in 2022, which didn't get a lot of love. Some of his biggest films, though, are The Fighter, Silver Linings Playbook, and American Hustle. The only thing with this film, Madden, is that it might only get a digital release on Thanksgiving Day. I think this would be a huge disappointment. O. Russell belongs to be in the theaters, so we'll have to see how this plays out. It is an Amazon Prime movie, but I hope they would be smart and release this. Lately Amazon has been a little Netflix-y about their films, but hopefully we all get to see Nick Cage as John Madden on the big screen. And then in even more teaser news, we are finally getting a little something from the upcoming Avengers Doomsday film. So first of all, Marvel is not backing down from the release date in December. It is the same weekend as Dune 3 coming out, but Warner and Dune held the spot first. So they're definitely not going to give up on that spot. We'll see if they eat each other's sales, or maybe we'll have another Barbenheimer weekend. I guess we can call it Doomsday for right now. I don't know. Does that work? The biggest surprise for fans, though, is that it looks like Steve Rogers, old Captain America, being played by Chris Evans, will be making a return, which is a little surprising for sure. Maybe Marvel is just having a hard time letting go to the secret sauce, which, for Marvel, they seem to think that that's Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. And then, that's pretty much it for the news. We'll just end on the revolving door of news surrounding Heat 2 by Michael Mann. So previously mentioned actor Stephen Graham sounds like he will be a part of the cast now, and there's a rumor that he actually might play the younger Neil McCauley, Robert De Niro's character, but I don't know how quite right that seems. We'll see how that comes out in the wash. Graham has been gaining momentum and seems to be in larger and larger projects, both in film and TV. He joins Leo DiCaprio and Christian Bale so far for Heat 2, with other actors' names swirling around as well. Director Michael Mann says that he has a date set for filming, which should begin on August 3rd of this year. Filming will first take place in Chicago, LA, and Paraguay. So more and more, this film is gaining interest and seriousness as well. So hey, we'll see what Michael Mann can do. Let's jump on over to the box office for this past weekend. So fifth biggest this weekend was newly released Anaconda. That made $14.6 million. Fourth was The Housemaid with a pretty good second weekend of $15.4 million. Third for the weekend was newly released Marty Supreme with $17.7 million. Second was Zootopia 2, staying strong, making $20 million with a worldwide total of $1.4 billion for that film. And the biggest movie this weekend was, once again, Avatar: Fire and Ash, bringing in $64 million, and that's got a worldwide total already of $760 million. Coming up this Thursday, Vincent Daly will be watching, rating, and reviewing. We have some Safdie Brothers movies for you all. So first, we're jumping back to Good Time, and that's directed by Benny and Josh Safdie. Then we have Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler, and that was once again directed by both brothers. And finally, we're watching newly released Marty Supreme with Timmy Chalamet, and that was directed only by Josh Safdie. But that's it for your weekly movie news here. We'll leave you today with a quote from an actress, Rebecca Ferguson. "I will shove someone under a bus in front of an entire crew to make a point." And all right, folks, the Daily Ratings weekly movie news podcast, that was it. See you on Thursday.